Hello guys and welcome back to this amazing channel. This is Abhinav and today we are back with our another podcast. So today we have Roopshree with us. He has recently cracked Intuit SDE Internship. So hi Roopshree, कैसे हो आप?
Hello, Abhinav. I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I am also fine. So Roopshree, you have recently cracked the SD internship at Intuit. So in this particular podcast, we are going to talk about your coding journey, your complete interview experience. So first, tell me like something about you, like your introduction, your house, like college and stuff.
Okay. So first of all, greetings of the day. This side Roopshree, and currently I'm a third-year student at Lovely Professional University, pursuing my bachelor's in computer science and engineering. So I would say it's a kind of proud moment for me to being a student of Abhinav and showcasing my interview experience at his channel. It is a kind of, I would say, proud moment. And yeah, recently I have cracked into summer intern for 23 term, I would say. And experience, I would say, kind of, it was intimidating task for me initially when I applied. And right now, I would say that from initial stage to applying and getting into. And I think in this video, we are going to discuss more about that. So stay tuned.
Sure, amazing. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
So like when we start from our first year, every student when we take admission in college, we're always confused about what to start, how to learn. Like we are not aware about these internship ki kya hoga, kaise hoga. Like how was
Exactly.
your journey from the first year of the college till here? Like for sure you have also faced some rejections from the companies, some up and downs, and then finally you got this offer. So how was your experience from first to third year of the college?
Exactly. This is something I guess I came to know about coding in my first year at LPU only. And before that, I didn't know that what actually coding means. What are the C, C++, all these kind of languages are. And I used to think like, oh God, how a person can make the websites in my college itself. I used to see my seniors. And I used to ask them that what are the resources I can follow, what is basically DSA is. And even I was struggling with the C language itself. So it was a kind of intimidating task initially, but I would say that with time you get to know more and more. And the one thing which helped me more at very initial stage, I would say my seniors' guidance. And I started with the Hacker Rank. It was a kind of beginner-friendly platform, and you can solve easy to medium level problems there, so that you can have a strong grip on that. Yeah, now you have the confidence that you can solve. Then you can move to the lead code, and I didn't know that what was lead code actually at that moment. In my first year, in my second year, my seniors were doing, they were like expert, I would say, on the code forces also. They were into competitive programming. I wasn't. But it was kind of that with time, you will get to know more and more things. And when it comes to off campus, I know we are from the tier 3 college, but we need to be a little bit productive in the era that what is going outside our college also. Like there are many opportunities. I have also been the part of Microsoft intern engage, so you should know that what are the other things are going, and you should apply, because definitely you are going to get the experience. I had the experience of interviewing with Google also, Microsoft also, Amazon also. So it was a kind of that I had a lot of rejection list. And when you have experience, so you can do better things, and you will, I think you won't repeat your mistakes again. So this is the kind of best thing I learned. And I think everyone should, even you are not prepared, just try to get into the things, and definitely you will try to get, I would say, you will try to do something and which you are not open to. And the way you will do, the way you will learn. And this is my motto, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Like I have seen your hard work in the prep classes. Ki you're always
Okay.
doing lead code problems and solving the problems, doing some stuff. So like that was obviously so. Behind every success, there is a hard work and a story present. So it's
Exactly.
very motivating always. So like I also know like we always face rejections. Like you have said, ki you have to always explore opportunities like outside your college. So some people are like they are always stuck with the college placement. College will do something for us. But no, you have to explore the things also. College is there for
Yeah.
your help, but you have to make sure off-campus opportunities, other things are there. That's a plus
Because
point.
I think college can provide us opportunities, but you need to explore yourself. You need to be expertise in your all over the domain, not only tech, in non-tech also, not only DSA, in development and in every factor, even in your communication, the way how you present. Even I think you should try to explore every sector. I think you are into in your college, you should go for some of these sessions also, so that you can learn how to actually engage with the people, so that it will actually going to help you in your interviews too.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like this is a means upskilling is a very important thing. Like currently, also layoffs are going on. The market is very
Yeah,
down. But I will just recommend one thing: if you're upskilling yourself, and maybe late, maybe some late, but you will get your opportunity. So that's
I guess
amazing.
I guess in January we met, and at that moment I was actually preparing. I don't know for which company I'm preparing, but I was doing blindly things. And I was actually hoping just one thing, one opportunity I need, and I will crack it. And this is how it happened. So, the best thing, best tip, I would say that just prepare. You don't know when you will get the opportunity, and that would be maybe it would be your first or last opportunity. So, just prepare.
Exactly. Like you said a very amazing thing. We just need that one opportunity for it. Like we
Yeah,
don't want multiple things. We just need that one interview that we have to crack
exactly.
and get that. So like that happened to me also. It's like you're saying ki we met like in January and then after this 2 months you have got the opportunity. Just like in my case also, I was preparing at the time of like August and September. I was studying with the things. I was not having any interviews. And then they came, I got a LinkedIn form. I just filled it, cracked the coding round, and then the interviews come. So it's like कि just that 2 months period जहाँ पर आप खोल देते हो, but behind that,
Exactly.
before that, there are months of hard work present. So exactly great.
There are many up and downs we can see in ourselves also. And when you actually do it, then you feel like, oh God, all that actually got something. Your hard work pays.
Exactly, yeah. Like up and downs are always present there.
Yeah,
Great. So, like as you said, ki, like being from a trial three college and then like how you upskill yourself, how you seen your seniors like doing well and exploring things outside. That was great. So, like the thing is, how you applied for Intuit, like how you got this opportunity at Intuit, like how you applied and how the things go on.
I think this is something an Intuit employee actually reviewed my resume, and I got my chance of application by chance. I would say it was my luck that my resume was selected over the thousand of applications, and I got the application link that whether I am interested, and definitely I was. And this is how I applied, and then I proceeded with my all the rounds of online testing, interviews, and HR.
Yeah, yeah, great. Like resume plays a very important role. Like resume is something
Yeah,
that reflects yourself, how you are doing. I always recommend people to make a resume. Also, not just resume में वो चीजें नहीं add करनी चाहिए which are you are not prepared with. You just add everything in the resume to make it proud. Because at the last we
definitely.
are also having interviews. Okay, maybe that fake resume will help you to succeed. So always make your resume like just reflect your profile, how you are. And I have also seen your resume, if you remember. So it was like good, one of the good resume I've seen. So yeah, congrats! Like we have got this offer, so great.
Thank you.
Yeah, so like, how was the interview experience? Like how like when you applied, your resume was selected. After that, how the rounds were like interview rounds were there? Maybe is there any coding round or something?
Yeah, as I said, the first one was the resume, and the second one, all those people whose resume was selected, shortlisted candidate got the call for the online test, and there were, I guess, coding questions based on the DSA. And if I say the difficulty level, it would be around, if I map it with the code forces, you can say it is up to the D level, or if I say about the lead code, it is about to medium to hard. But when I say about medium, you can expect the medium question with a low accuracy, which are actually considered as the hard one. So yeah, and that's how the second round was. And then after shortlisted candidate got the interview call, which was the first interview call, and after that I had the second interview. But when I compare my both of the interviews, they both were eliminatory. But the first one was comparatively easier because in the second one, time limit was also exceeded, and the second thing is there were multiple interviewers. third thing is they will actually scan you through your complete resume. You should be very proficient. Whatever the things you have added into your resume, you should be proficient in your DSA skills, your development, your communication, your overall profile, your core subjects, everything they are gonna ask you. And my tip is to all those people who has done DSA. I think DSA is important, very much important when you because this is the only basic thing how you are actually approaching to a problem. But in my case, what I was doing, I had the knowledge of the DSA, but when my interview schedule, I don't know, oh God, because I was like, I don't know what are the core subjects I'm going to read now because I had the very less time, and how can I utilize my time to prepare for everything because there was a huge content left over there except DSA, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to core subjects, I would say operating systems are more important than database management system, than networking, than OOPs are actually important in every way. So yeah, this is how. But when it comes to core subjects and DSA, your development is also very important. Your projects are actually going to give you a great score if you have a great knowledge. And one more thing, which is a quite basic, I would say, your LLD or HLD, you should know. I'm not saying about the deeper way, but you should know what is the LLD or HLD of your project. At least you can explain. So this is how it happened. And when it comes to one more observation which I found in my all of the interviews, like in my previous interviews, what I used to do when my interviewer asked me questions, I used to explain him in the way I used to explain to my friend. But I think that was something I was lagging behind. What you need to try to explain in the way, because the person who is sitting in front of you is actually an expert and he's working in that domain since 9 to 10 years. So you need to be very proficient to explain in such a way that you are explaining to an engineer who is very senior to you. And the best way to do this is to give your real life example. Real life example, I think this was something which actually helped me a lot. Every little thing you should know that what are the real time use cases and how things are working in a real world. So this is going to help you more.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how you are explaining the things, like that's plays a very important role.
Yeah,
Like knowing a problem, you are solving it, but how you are explaining it, how you are transferring your knowledge, and you are trying to explain ki, हाँ, this is what I'm doing, this was my code. Because when you're writing the code, it's not a guarantee कि interview will understand it. Okay, obviously. So
yeah,
you have to explain in every each and every line ki what you're writing, how you're writing. Like let's say if you have defined a variable, why that variable is there. So at each and every line of code, you have to explain it to the interviewer. It basically happens. It plays an important role. And the second point you said ki CS subjects are very important. So yeah, CS subjects are actually important nowadays even, and it's also system design is
exactly.
also much art. Even now, internship interviews are becoming very hard. Okay, like I have seen in last some years, internship interviews were quite easy. Like the medium problems of lead code were asked there, and not that much system design were even not there. But nowadays, I have seen in LinkedIn also and other also, like an interview you said, even in system design, even in internship interviews, they ask LLD, they ask all the CS
Exactly.
subjects, they are development projects plus DSA hard level problems.
Exactly. This is what happened with me. I used to think like DSA is everything, but this is not the way because in my interviews, I would say DSA was least important. Yeah, it was important till the online assessment, but when it comes to your interviews, these are actually going to be up to the mark level. And at that moment, if you know that you have a strong grip on DSA, you can leave that and you need to focus more on other things, which I did.
Exactly. Like, yeah, currently we can say DSA is the first two steps of your interview, maybe first three
Yeah,
steps. But
definitely.
after that, the thing that will matter is your development and your state subject skills, and sometimes system too. So DSA is still important, but yeah, along with that, DSA and development is also important. So that's the
Yeah,
thing. So that was amazing, Roopshree, like how you applied, how was the coding journey, then how was the process. We all know that when finally we get that offer letter, that
yeah,
was like that is
exactly.
a something a very proud moment for all of us. So exactly, it was great. It was a great experience. So at the last, I just wanted to have some tips from you for the beginners who are watching this video, okay, how they can apply, how they can start their coding journey, and how they can crack these big companies.
Definitely, I would love to share because there are some certain things which I wanted that I could do on right time, but definitely to all the people who are actually preparing for them, I would say create a roadmap. First, go for a particular language, whatever the language you like, maybe it be C++, Java, or Python. You should have a proficient knowledge in that particular language because ultimately you are going to be asked all those questions in your interviews too. Right. After your particular selection of language, you can move with the DSC. I'm not saying that you should be very much, I would say, proficient in your DSA. You should know each concept, you should know each algorithm, how it is used. And I have seen many people who are doing numbers of questions. I don't think that numbers of question is going to be very useful rather than doing selective questions. Because if you will do selective question, you will be having a strong grip. And the tip point here is I see many people who do some filtered questions on lead code. They used to go, they create some filter like questions on heap, questions or sets or like that. I would say don't go like that because at that moment you know that what kind of data structure, what algorithm is going to be used in that problem, and you solve that very easily. But what I would say, go with the randomized question so that you will think from the scratch that what kind of technique I'm going to use. So in this way, this is going to help you in your interview too, because you will be given a question which is quite unknown to you. Maybe it is knowing, but you need to be prepared for the worst case in that way. And I think
Exactly.
DSA is fine. I see some people go with the DSA first, then problem solving. But what I prefer, learn topic and solve problems simultaneously. This is definitely going to help you.
Exactly.
Once you feel that you are proficient in your DSA, go with your core subjects also, go with your projects also. It is not like that you should be having a very advanced project. You should know whatever you are doing in your project that should be completely well scaled and deployed, and you should know each and every line what you are doing there, and I think you are good to go then.
Exactly. Like you have mentioned some very great points. Like the first thing is the quantity of problems doesn't matter, but the
Exactly.
quality of problem matters.
Exactly.
What quality of you are solving. Okay, like let's say you are solving 100 easy problems of lead code. They are not going to help you much because in interviews they are asking medium and hard problems. So it's not like to increase your lead code count. You are just solving easy, easy, easy. Yeah, in the beginner phase you can start with the easy problems, but then you have to switch, just come out from your comfort zone and then start solving medium and hard also.
Easy problems can help you to get the confidence, but now what is actually going to be asked, that are the medium to hard level problems, so you need to switch that.
Exactly. Don't just like run behind the count of the problems, run behind the quality. Or are you getting a skill? Are you upskilling or not? And second thing that you mentioned is that people sometimes solve tag specific problems or topic specific. They know, yeah, today I
Yeah.
will solve 5 problems of stack. I don't think that will also help a lot because you know ki that problems of stack as you mentioned. So it's
Yeah.
like for the beginners, it's fine. Let's say, okay, you know, you have to like check, yeah, what kinds of problems are solved in stack, you can solve them. But after coming to a good step, like when you're preparing for real interviews, you have to solve random problems just like it is
Exactly.
asked in interviews. Okay, that was the second must point. And yeah, after that, DSA ke baad, you have to start with CA subjects and development. Don't
Yeah.
like skip it. People who are skipping it, I have seen people who are very good in DSA, but still they're not getting the opportunity because they are lacking in development and other things. You have to come up with that
Also,
also.
also the great tip is that if you feel that you are very strong in your technical domain, you need to be very strong in your non-technical domain. How you are actually talking to your interview, what is your confidence? You are not supposed to panic there because you know what are your strengths and you are actually showcasing. And there is no way to panic there. Just showcase what you know, what are your strengths, and you are good to go.
Exactly. Like every interview process has the last interview of behavioral, and you can
Yeah.
say the HR round, we call it, or HM round. So that round is basically depend on this only. That's not, I can say that's not a must stuff, but basically you have to just be confident, just be as you are, reply to every problem with some confidence, and that's all. So I think that
Yeah.
will help you a lot. So it's great like how your coding journey was there, then how you applied after lots of rejections, ups and downs. It happens a lot. I can relate this thing. So
Yeah.
thank you very much, Roopshree, for coming and for accepting my invitation for your podcast and this channel.
Yeah.
So
Thank you so much to you too.
Okay, guys, so thank you very much for watching this particular podcast. If you want to connect with Roopshree, I will share her LinkedIn profile in the description. You can check it out. So, great, Roopshree. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you.